I'm Marleigh.
And I'm Tess.
And welcome, friends, to Book Emporium, the polar opposite of ASMR. A podcast where two friends describe smutty books to one another that the other has never read or potentially heard of before. Today's edition, we will be covering Bride by Ali Hazelwood.
I am so jazzed.
I
Yay.
know. It's
Yay.
going to be awesome. I absolutely love this book. Ali Hazelwood is a fantastic romance author. She has a lot of other books that she's written that have not been within the romantasy genre. I think this was actually her first romantasy genre book. And most of the time it's been traditional romance. I mean, quote unquote traditional romance. But I did actually get to attend a talk that she did with other authors.
Oh my gosh, tell me.
She is hilarious. She's Italian, so she has this lovely Italian accent. It shines through so much in her writing. She is so witty and so funny.
Oh, her funniness, not her Italianness.
Not her Italianness. That too, probably in some ways. She's like, this pasta.
Love it.
Sorry, no offense, Italians. And yeah, she's so funny. And the sequel to this, Mate, just came out. It was incredible. I loved it. We'll probably also cover that one, assuming that you want to know what happens next at the end.
I mean, I always do.
Yeah.
I always want to know what happens next. I've heard a lot of Ali Hazelwood.
Yeah.
She's very well known in the romance, fun, spicy book field. But I have actually never read any of her books. I haven't read a single one.
Yeah.
So Bride, today, you telling me the story of the story,
yes,
as we do here on Book Emporium, is going to be my first introduction.
Your first exposure.
I don't know if this is the correct order, but there's no wrong way to eat a book.
I'm going to give you the Crayola version of Bride.
Color me in, baby. Let's do this.
And this is going to have to be a two-parter because to shave down this, I was going to be sacrificing very important aspects of the story. So with that in mind, with the timing.
You and I are happy to spend 16 hours yapping at each other and learning all the details of our favorite books. And
we do that without microphones.
Yeah.
But listeners might need to have a little bit less than 2.5 hours straight of me talking about Bride.
Somebody might need a pee break more often than we do.
Just take your phone to the toilet, you coward. Not like I do that. That's gross.
Never. What?
So, Bride is a paranormal romance novel by Ali Hazelwood where a vampire, Misery, and an alpha werewolf, Lo, agree to marry to settle a centuries-long feud between the vampires and the werewolves. Each of them has their own agenda but find themselves having feelings for one another that could complicate everything. As with each book we cover, if you haven't read Bride, this episode will contain many spoilers. And for content index, we've got some sexual content, of course, because it's spicy and it's Ali Hazelwood. Mild violence, slight omegaverse references, which I am not super familiar with the omegaverse.
Don't you worry, cats and kittens. I'm here to fill in the blanks. I have not read this book, but I'm versed in the omegaverse.
I know. That's why I'm so excited to talk to you about this, because I was like, you're going to understand stuff that I don't understand as somebody who's a baby to the Omega universe.
Oh, everyone. This is the deep end of the erotic world. I mean, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe tentacles are the deep end of the
tentacles.
erotic.
Yeah, tentacles, fins, all kinds of stuff. There's no tentacles and fins in this book. Spoiler.
I haven't read a fin sex book.
Oh, that's a shame.
I've read mermaid stuff, but never having sex with the fins. Anyway,
fins.
We digress.
I feel like that wouldn't feel good. Anyway, I don't know. Right into us, listeners. Have you read fin sex?
Where's the Gill sex book? Send to our email. Tess volunteers to read.
That will be Tess's job.
There are certain episodes that are my episodes from the get-go. When we hear about a book, I go, I volunteer as tribute.
All right, the story begins with a prologue. There's some brief exposition about the history of the war between the vampires and the werewolves from Misery's perspective. The entire book will actually be told from her POV, with little italicized tidbits from Lo's POV at the beginning of each chapter that read like diary entries he wrote with glitter pens while kicking his feet.
Can we take a moment? I need to talk about their names. Their names are great.
Their names are great.
How is Lowe spelled? Is it Lowe?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's what I imagined it being.
Yes. And then Misery.
And Misery is great.
It's fantastic.
Continue instantly.
It's so great. Okay. As we begin, the Vamps and the Wares are trying to come to a truce and have settled on a marriage between Misery Lark, the daughter of a high-ranking vampire, and Lowe, an alpha werewolf. This is a contemporary fantasy, so there are cars, private jets, and cell phones involved, etc. Misery is primped for the ceremony to her groom, whom she has never met. She's a tall blonde with vampire lilac eyes, so all the vampires have lilac eyes, very sexy.
Oh, nice.
And she has been dressed in a bridal jumpsuit that she keeps calling a onesie.
I'm so happy.
She is an amazing character. I love her so much.
She's wearing a wedding jumpsuit. This is my icon. This is my style guide.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is Pinterest come to life. Yes. Is she also wearing a veil cape?
I don't think she has a cape, unfortunately.
That would be the only improvement. If the veil was not a veil that covered your face, but in fact flowed from your back. This is my own personal, I'm putting a spin on it.
Yeah.
I'm retconning this in my head as we speak.
Retcon away. And also, I think if I had been like, yeah, she also has a cape, you would have just climaxed on the spot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You don't even need to read the sex scenes.
No, we're already there.
We're there. She exchanged sarcastic quips with her twin brother, Owen, about lint rollers and rabies vaccines and the plan that the Wares have for her inevitable assassination. So she's a real optimist here. And the wedding is their first attempt at peace after an incident known as the Aster. So remember the Aster, because that will be coming back. Owen hands her off to their dad, who's kind of a grouchy dick, and Misery is marched down the aisle. She has been hands-off and completely disinterested in the wedding plans, partly because marriage in this world is a human concept. Vampires don't really do it.
Okay.
Because they have a hard time breeding.
Oh.
It takes them a while to breed and to actually have babies, and their population is small. So you can't be messing around with soulmates and marriage. You gotta fuck everybody until one of them knocks you up, or you knock one of them up.
So when she says she's going with her dad, that's her actual dad as well as her vampire dad. So the rules in this world are vampires procreate through more natural means.
Precisely.
Do they also bite and turn?
They don't turn, but they do bite. They do drink blood. So they're traditional in that sense, but vampires are born, not made. And it's the same situation with werewolves.
Okay, born, not made.
Yes.
Good to know.
Very important information to know. Her dad, Henry, whispers to her that her new husband is extremely dangerous, and she's like, thanks, Dad. And then
you're so helpful.
I know, I love this. Yeah, her dad is just a class A dick.
I love that. As you're walking down the aisle, be like, by the way, you should be very scared. Oh, good. I'm glad you mentioned this now.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. I love it.
You're so supportive.
Yeah, it's like if any of you watched Game of Thrones, when Viserys is handing Dany over to Khal Drogo, and he's like, he's an efficient murderer.
I'm not sure how we feel going into this.
I don't know how I feel about this. Here, kind of hot. Like, we like it.
We're solving problems. We're bringing world vampire werewolf peace.
Yes.
Through our wedding.
So she sees her groom for the first time, and she's seen pictures of him.
It's beautiful. Tell me how hot this guy is. She's seen a picture.
She's seen a picture.
But
so
never the real deal.
Never the real deal. And the real deal is a very different experience, as we know for those of us who have been on dating apps. Lowe is tall, dark-haired, with tan skin and green eyes. She describes him as handsome and terrifying. As she walks down the aisle, Lowe gapes at her, like wide-eyed and slack-jawed, which she interprets as him thinking she's hideous.
No. She's in a jumpsuit because she's hot as hell.
Yeah, you can only wear a jumpsuit to your wedding if you are serving cunt nonstop.
Yeah. You have to be flamingly attractive.
So hot. And she is.
Yeah.
She is very hot.
I can feel it. I can feel it through
the pages.
Through the pages interpreted by my friend.
So he scowls and his pupils widen and his nostrils flare while everyone in the room kind of gawks at them in surprise and is like, what's going to happen? Because remember, we're referencing the Aster a lot, which was the last time there was a very disastrous attempt at a union between vampires and werewolves.
Oh.
So everybody's really on edge, right, about this wedding ceremony already. And Lowe is standing there staring at her like, and she's, oh my God, it's because I'm ugly. And we're all, for fuck's sake, Misery. So So
she's really living up to her name. There's some nominative determinism going on here for sure.
100%. And so there's murmurs and there's panic through the room as he just fucking stares at her for an uncomfortably long time. And when she sort of pulls away, he grabs her and asks her why she smells, quote, like this.
Oh.
Right?
I mean, that's a rough question to get asked.
It is a rough question to get asked. And for her part, Misery's lizard brain is like, God, I'd love to slurp him like a Capri Sun. Good blood. Despite the drama, the ceremony goes forward, and just like that, they're married.
Was that question ever answered, or did we just move on?
She does not know how to answer that question.
Yeah, she's like, I smell how I smell. Bitch, get in line. We have a job to do.
Come on, man. We flash back to 6 weeks prior to the wedding with Misery at her office job. She is a hacker.
I love Misery more and more by the literal second.
She's amazing. I love her so much.
She has an office job, vampire office job. In this world, do humans know of the existence of all these supernaturals?
Yes, good question. Very important detail. The humans, the wares, and the vampires are all aware of each other and have kind of shaky alliances. I'll get into it a little bit more, but that is important to establish from the beginning. Yeah. Like, humans do know of vampires and werewolves. They all know of each other.
Okay, cool. So she's not, her office job is a true office job. It's not so much on the down low. I mean, she's a hacker, but...
You know, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. She's posing as a human since vampires are generally regarded as unemployable.
Oh.
And don't really hang out in the human world, but there's a reason that Misery's different in that way. She is interrupted at her workday by a vampire named Vanya, who tells Misery that she's been summoned to the nest by her father. So she gets exposed as a vampire to the entire staff by Vanya, and they all flee in terror.
Just because her dad used the wrong word. Like, oh, God, Dad.
He really knows how to...
You couldn't PC out the word nest?
Yeah, it's just...
Just a really aggressive word to use under any circumstance. Come back to the nest.
And I'm pretty sure that Vanya, like... Pretty sure that Vanya hisses at one of the employees, which, you know, valid. But she gets exposed and she's like, well, great, here goes my job. And so Misery grabs her only piece of personal paraphernalia from her desk, which is a photo of her and her friend Serena, because she is definitely getting fired. And this is a bummer since the company was willing to let her work nights and the sun is toxic to vampires.
Okay.
So she had fudged a little, hey, I actually, for no reason whatsoever, am nocturnal.
I have one of those really common, not vampire related at all, sun allergies. Yes. You know, that all the regular humans get.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it is a thing that happens. So.
It is a thing that's been known to happen. I'm sure there's, in this fictional world, the stats are crazy of how many humans have a relatively rare
sun allergy.
Yeah. But, you know.
They head off to the nest, which is a big modern skyscraper for the vamps to congregate at. It's their mecca. And the portraits of Misery's ancestors hang on the walls because her family has always been in power, excluding Misery herself, because she was sent off to live in the human world as collateral 17 years ago.
Oh.
Vanya takes her to her dad, who has a big office overlooking the river that separates vampire and werewolf territory. And to blend in amongst the humans, Misery is wearing brown contacts, and she shaves her vampire teeth down, like her canines down, so she can pass as human.
Poor girl. That probably hurts.
Yeah, it's not really something that she enjoys, but it's something that she's always felt she's had to do to blend in with the humans. Because again, they're terrified of vampires.
Yeah.
And her dad is, oh my God, gross. You're covering up your vampire features. And she's like, well, this is kind of your fault, you fuck.
Yeah. So she was sent over as collateral by
her father.
Her father.
Yes.
Who or what is she collateral against?
Essentially, the humans and the vampires have exchanged a child of each of their species for centuries as a way to make sure that everybody behaves. The threat obviously being that the child in the other's care will be slaughtered if they cross a line. And Misery was sent by her dad to the humans as an 8-year-old and lived as an outcast among them for 10 years. And the rule with the collateral children is that they have to be connected to somebody important, because who cares about a poor child? And that was why Misery was chosen.
You know, just some regular Parent Trap shenanigans.
Totally. It's fun.
But with a little bit of murder on the side.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to trade these babies.
Yeah.
a little...
Don't kill my son. Gonna salt base some trauma onto this kid. Misery fucking hates her dad, and she puts her phone down on his desk and sets a 10-minute timer and tells him, you have this long to tell me what you want. Fantastic. He had been, oh, what? I can't just check in with you. And she's like, you don't give a fuck about me, Dad. Come on, stop pretending. So he does pretend for a few seconds to be interested in how she's doing, but he does finally get to the point, cryptically referencing that a wedding is coming up, which she's taken aback by since, as I mentioned before, vampires don't really marry. Papa Lark explains that a new official has been elected among the humans. Humans are terrified of vampires, but politically they are allies, and this new governor-elect named Maddie Garcia doesn't have much interest in cultivating an alliance with Henry. And she's also chosen to end the long-standing collateral program that Misery was forced to be a part of as a child.
Good. We're not trading babies anymore.
No more trading babies. And so
Nice.
Misery obviously intimately understands the cruelty of this practice and is all for it being ended. But her dad is highly opposed because, like many boomers, he doesn't really give a fuck about his daughter's childhood trauma.
It's not happening to me.
Yeah, he's like, why would I care? It's just like you or whatever, fruit of my loins. Her dad switches subjects to the facts that some vampire teenagers decided to swim across the river to werewolf territory for reasons only clear to people with underdeveloped frontal lobes, and all of them disappeared.
Oh, no.
Scary, right? And Misery assumes that they died, as did the Vampire Council.
Yeah,
but there was
you would.
Yeah, you would assume that. But there was a negotiation, and the boys were returned alive and intact, which goes against the werewolves' usual practice of putting intruders through the wood chipper or whatever. And the reason that this happened, it turns out that Roscoe, the brutal former leader of the Southwest Pack, was challenged by another werewolf who took over the pack.
Oh, so there's been a change in werewolf leadership.
Yes. And Henry...
They're going to do things different now.
They're going to do things different now. He's taken the pack in a new direction. And Henry met with the new alpha, which we find out later, of course, is Low, and describes him as different, which leads Misery to ask again, hey, so you mentioned a wedding earlier. What do you mean by that?
You're being real cryptic, Dad.
Yeah, and I don't like it.
We have 4 minutes left on this clock.
There have been multiple wedding unions between vampires and werewolves in the past centuries that brokered peace. This is something that they've done multiple times, excluding the Astor, which ended in disaster.
Oh, gosh. I can't.
I'm here all week, folks.
Thanks.
Misery's dad reminds her that he chose her to be the collateral because of her withdrawn personality and unwillingness to make friends, which is class A victim blaming.
Oh my gosh. So you remember how we shipped you off to the humans to use you as collateral because you were 10 and you sucked then? Or whatever.
Yeah, 8.
Some age of childhood. And now that you're an adult, we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
Because you still suck.
Yeah.
He just really wants to get rid of his kid.
He really does.
He's like, I don't want you to come to dinner anymore. And I'm going to start inventing some reasons.
Whatever you got to do to get people to stop coming over to your house, man.
Are we sure those poor teenage vampires that weren't pushed into this lake and been like, swim, I got to get rid of my other kid?
I'm trying to come up with a reason. This is going to be a long game, but I promise it'll work at the end. Misery reminds him that the other vampire children literally tried to burn her alive in the sun as a girl before she was sent to the humans because they knew that she was being used as the collateral, and they were like, hey, fuck you, you suck. And she's like, I have no choice. And they're like, too bad, sunbath. And when she returned from human society, she was still shunned by everybody in the vampire community. And then humans are afraid of vampires, so she belongs nowhere.
She has no friend. The girl has had a hard life. I'm sure she's really funny because people who are bullied end up having sometimes really cool personalities and being very funny.
You're either that or you're the Unabomber.
It can go too far.
You can.
Yeah, you want to be interesting and not on a news channel.
Right. You want to be on the news for good reasons.
Hit that sweet spot.
Exactly. But yes, she is very funny. And she, as a result of this upbringing that she had that was very unconventional and difficult, she kind of became an expert in dissociating and lonerdom as a result, which is relatable, and has all but written off everyone except her solitary friend, Serena. So she has one friend named Serena that we know about.
Codependency. I can smell it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you.
She ran from her job like it was a burning building.
Yeah.
I have to save this picture of my friend because airplanes exist, but digitizing photos doesn't. It really shows you something.
Yeah. I mean, going to Walgreens to print a photo is such a pain in the ass. I put it off constantly.
I get it, but also it's adorable. I'm looking forward to
their dynamic. Finally, her dad admits that he wants this wedding to go forward to form an alliance with the wolves, and he wants her to be the bride.
Of course.
Absolutely shocking no one. So she would only have to be married to Lo, the werewolf, for a year. You just have to do it for a year, and Misery laughs in his face and tells him to fuck off. He's like, you're going to have so much money, you'll be set for life financially. And she's like, ha, cute, not interested. And she's about to leave until her father says the name of the alpha werewolf, Lo Moreland. And Misery hears that, and she's in.
Oh, what's up with his last name? Who's he related to?
What indeed? We shall find out. At the start of the next chapter, we've jumped forward again to the wedding, where the former human Governor Davenport, who was besties with her dad, is asking Misery why the fuck her parents named her Misery. And her name...
We've all been wondering slightly.
Slightly. And her name was...
Her dad does suck.
Her dad does suck. And he's like, oh God, I hate having children. I guess I'll name this one Misery and the other one Owen or whatever.
Yeah. Can you imagine being that sibling set?
Yeah.
Here's your twin brother, Owen, who obviously is not our favorite at all. We gave him a normal-ass name. And then we're going to... Oh, God, there's two of them? Misery. Like, what?
I only wanted one kid.
So I'm
going to name the other one the feeling that I feel right now, which is Misery.
Gross, too. Pregnancies are so hard in vampire world. Blurg.
God, I hate this kid. I hate being a father. And he's like, why did your parents name you that? And my name was chosen by the Vampire Council. Parents don't even name their kids in this world.
Oh, so just all adults suck.
All adults are terrible, basically.
Never mind. It's a government thing.
It's a government
mandated again.
Government mandated name.
I'm sitting here. How did Owen squeak by?
I know.
Government mandated Misery, and her dad's name is Henry.
Yeah.
This is wild.
They should have named her brother Morpheus or something.
Something.
Vladimir.
something with a little zhuzh, a little oomph.
Yeah.
No. Misery and Owen. Honestly, I'd be pissed if I were Owen.
Yeah. I mean, I am a child from a family where I was the third. I was the unplanned one. Surprise, I'm coming along. 7 years after my youngest sibling. And my brother's name is Joe. My sister's name is Melissa, and they named me Marleigh with a very weird spelling because my parents wanted me to have a hard life. And sometimes, with one of them you're normal, with the other one you're jazzy. But it's weird that it's twins, I will say.
Yeah, it's a wild thing. I know sometimes people don't give a ton of thought into the siblings' names and things like that, or one lets the other one name them instead of the dog. They're like, sure, you can call your brother Batman. That's fine. We'll put that on the birth certificate.
Yeah, my brother wanted to name me Fart.
Well, you know what? There you go. You narrowly sidestepped it.
Thank God my parents didn't go with Fart.
Yeah, but this is names by committee.
Yeah, names by committee.
You think there would have been one person who was, hey, guys, I know it's all funny, but we can't actually name her Misery.
No, this is not a thing we're going to do,
They're like,
right?
you know what? We're going to drop kick the shit out of this kid.
Yeah.
The entirety of the time. They probably already chose. They're like, this is the one that we're going to sacrifice, that we're going to send to the human camp.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Harold, we really want to go to lunch. And the fact that you're holding this up is really, really...
Misery's been on our list for 3 centuries.
Yeah.
And we haven't been able to convince anybody to use it so far. We're going to fuck over just this one kid.
Just this one kid.
We just do this one kid?
Please.
We're going to get rid of it.
Yeah. Don't worry. It's not even going to be our problem soon. The other detail that we receive is that Misery's mother passed in childbirth after having her and her brother. So it's just her shithead dad. And
nobody's putting the brakes on it.
What's interesting is Ali Hazelwood goes into some detail about the why of the difference between vampires and humans because they are born, and that they're separated from humans and werewolves by differences in biology.
Okay.
And they have the same mortal lifespans as humans and a few of the usual vampire traits. Their main difference from humans and werewolves is that they drink blood and that they can hypnotize people. And that is going to come back later.
Oh, okay. So they're not super long-lived
Nope.
or any of those things.
No, nothing like that.
And werewolves aren't either.
Werewolves are not either.
Okay,
Yeah.
so everybody's got normal human lifespans.
Yes.
somewhere around 100 years.
Exactly.
And I'm assuming they can be killed in the normal ways and stuff. It's just dietary.
Precisely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Davenport, the former governor now, continues yapping at her, which she ignores until he mentions that Lowe's mate is being placed with the vampires in exchange for Misery, which she thinks is potentially the reason that he's so pissy. So the collateral now is that Misery is going to the wolves, and then Lowe's mate is going to the vampires.
So Lowe has a fated mate? Is this a...
That's what we're hearing, is that Lowe has a mate.
Oh, okay. So he has a mate that he hasn't taken as his mate. Okay, we've switched babies, and now we're like, no, we're changing that practice. We're not doing that anymore. We're going to switch spouses.
Well, and it's not with the humans, which is the collateral program exists between vampires and humans. With wolves and vampires, it's always been marriage, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we're just doing a good old-fashioned wife swap.
Exactly. Wife swap. She cleans the kitchen different. I hate her.
Today on TLC, she really wants to paint the room black, but other mate really liked pink.
Let's see what happens. She gets away from Davenport finally and stumbles across her new husband having a whispered conversation with the other wolves that's very clearly about her. Their discussion references consequences, quote unquote, if it really is her, which is interrupted by two children, a vampire and a werewolf, having a scuffle over a broken toy. Lowe resolves it with ease and makes one of the one apologize to the other, and he's like, hey, it's no problem. Everybody chill out.
He's got good daddy energy.
He's got good daddy energy.
Good dad energy.
Lowe ends his conversation with other wolves before calling out Misery that he knows that she's there once the other two werewolves leave. They don't really address it, but he escorts her to the dance floor to have their first dance.
Okay.
And she notices that he has unsettlingly light green eyes. And what Serena must have thought of them when she saw them. Ominous.
Oh.
They have their first dance, and Lowe starts to parrot off facts that he knows about her, including that she was nearly assassinated several times as a child by anti-vampire extremist groups, and that her dad probably hates her. That's like, he's like, so...
Here's the rundown. Here's the things I know about you. We've moved on from the way you smell, and now I'm going to talk about all of your problems.
Let's do a little therapy session.
I don't know anything about you except that your dad hates you. So that's a good way to start off our marriage.
Well, Ed Sheeran plays in the background.
Also, all the other people hate you and want you dead. Just so you know, I know.
I know about the fact that everybody hates you.
I know about your outcast status.
She replies that she knows that he's an architect, and that's about all she knows about him. Because again, she wasn't super interested in the planning or the lead up to this wedding. She just wanted to get it over with. She does think about the fact that his blood smells real good, and he probably thinks that she smells like a sewer, which he has not confirmed or denied yet, right? He's just like, why do you smell like that?
He's a little awkward. Just any other words you would like to use, Sir Lowe? And he's, no, that was all I wanted to ask. Care to rephrase that? No.
No. No. The groom has chosen to write his own vows. Why do you smell like that?
Fabulous.
Lowe wants to understand why she agreed to the marriage, since going into werewolf territory as a vampire is probably one of the most dangerous things that you could possibly do. They continue slow dancing as Misery toys with answering, but isn't really sure if she wants to be upfront about that, until suddenly a waiter lunges at her with a blade and tries to kill her. And Lowe catches the knife with his bare hand.
Yeah.
Everyone's panties drop. And then he tells Misery they should stay out of each other's way for the next year.
Twist.
Right?
Didn't expect it.
Yeah.
If they stay out of each other's way, who's gonna protect her from the knives?
Exactly. I'm like, dude, you just saved her.
And he's like, I think we should have separate bedrooms. Okay. All right. Moving right along.
The next chapter begins with Misery being awoken in the middle of the day, because she is nocturnal. All vampires are nocturnal in this world, by a child who's asking her very childlike questions about whether or not she was dead once and if she doesn't have a soul.
You know, I get asked this by children daily. I haven't figured out the right answer yet. What's Misery's answer?
Well, she estimates that the girl is between 3 and 13 because she knows fuck all about children. And her answer is basically, how the fuck did you get into the closet that I made into my bed?
And that is actually a very pertinent question.
And the girl says she has a spare key. And in response to her rude-ass questions, Misery's like, hey, did you become a werewolf by being bitten by a rabid dog? And the girl's, ha, that's so funny. You're hilarious. And Misery also notices that the little girl's eyes are a very familiar shade of low moorland green.
Ah, okay.
So Misery asks the kid if Lo is her dad. Another person who's shown up to ruin Misery's sleep, who is a werewolf named Juno, shoos the little girl whose name is Anna away.
So we have mystery children who have keys to houses and closets and everywhere you could which that's who I usually give all the keys to.
His children.
Is to small children between the ages of 3 and 13 exclusively. You know, those little ones that you don't want going out of the house too much?
Yeah.
Those ones. Those ones are the ones that I give all the keys to.
You know who you can trust best with keys is a toddler. They definitely won't put it down the toilet.
They definitely won't accidentally lock you into or out of anything important.
And then swallow the key.
And then swallow the key. Absolutely.
Juno, the other werewolf who went and collected Anna, tells Misery that she shouldn't walk around alone and that she should stay away from Anna, who is Lo's younger sister, not his daughter. Misery's like, hey, I didn't invite her into my room in the middle of the day, but whatever. Juno tells Misery she doesn't trust her or like her. And Misery's, that's great. Can you please leave? I'm so goddamn tired, which is how I feel every single time I get a Teams message. Finally, Juno does fuck off, and Misery falls back asleep again after noticing the cat that she was unwillingly forced to adopt from Serena has come out from under her bed. The cat hisses at her.
Oh, she has one friend in the whole world, and it also hates her. Does the cat have a name?
He does, but
Misery not know?
Misery doesn't know what the name is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Misery.
Yeah.
You know what? I do applaud her because she's like, hey, I got saddled with a shit ass name by other people who didn't know me. I'm not going to rename this cat. It's just going to be Cat until told otherwise.
We learn that Misery and her friend Serena have been best friends for 15 years and that Misery obviously hates Serena's cat. Vampires and pets don't mix, and Misery had a former caregiver as a child who had a little dog that she carried around. Eventually, Misery mustered up the courage to ask the caregiver when she planned to eat the dog, and the caregiver resigned that day.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. Serena, as it turns out, adopted the, quote, 13 pounds of asshole from the shelter and then disappeared 3 days later.
Serena is missing and also a terrible cat parent.
It's unfortunate, and so
she probably got kidnapped. I shouldn't judge. I'm like,
yeah,
we don't get kidnapped with your cat.
Yeah, what an irresponsible pet owner.
Whatever happened,
God, go and get kidnapped. Who's going to feed the cat?
So when has this happened? When did Serena go missing?
This happened. This has happened a couple of months prior.
Okay, so she's been gone for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And that's the length of time that Misery has just been calling this cat.
Yeah, basically, not even she doesn't call to him. She just feeds him, and
she's just like, he's alive near me. What's up?
Yeah, as long as he's alive. And Misery, when she didn't hear from Serena after a couple of days, she broke into her apartment and fed the cat, and then immediately filed a missing persons report, which the cops did not take seriously at all. Misery took it upon herself to look into Serena's bank statements and other things, trying to figure out where she could have gone.
She's using her hacker skills.
She's using her hacker skills. And Serena's an investigative reporter, so Misery's original theory was that she got too close to something big, and maybe that's what happened and she was disappeared, but she couldn't find any evidence of that. Being that Serena is the only person Misery cares about, she's devastated by her best friend's disappearance and determined to figure out what happened at all costs. And while in her apartment feeding the cat, Misery found her only substantial clue, which was a note with the name L.E. Moreland on it.
Oh, okay. So this is why we agree to the marriage.
Exactly. Because in her efforts to find Serena, Misery did some illegal shit that led to her finding a reference to Lo Moreland's existence, but that was all. His digital footprint is non-existent, and she didn't even know he was a werewolf until her father mentioned the name Lo Moreland to her.
Yeah.
And so she was like, oh, shit, okay. The werewolves apparently have really amazing firewalls. It's impossible to hack into their stuff.
Okay.
And so Misery's...
they're real cagey about it.
They're real
secretive. They're not easy to social media stalk.
Exactly. Like Lo is off the socials, which good for him. He's probably happier for it.
He's better than most of us.
Most of us. We flash forward again to Misery being shown around her new home by a jumpy werewolf named Alex. She finds out that werewolves that are very powerful can shift at will and avoid shifting under a full moon. Alex lets it slip that Lo is away dealing with the sabotage that happened in the morning, and Misery uses the opening to push for information on if he's ever seen humans in the house before, which Alex says he has not.
So we haven't seen hide or hair of Serena, according to Alex.
Exactly.
Which we'll see how reliable.
We'll see how reliable Alex is, yes.
Okay. The clues aren't cluing yet.
Misery starts kind of just wandering the halls of the house and runs into a baby werewolf named Max. Baby, he's like 16.
I literally was thinking there's a baby crawling in diapers.
Yeah. Well, that would make the next
baby.
That would make the next part of this very confusing because he remarks that she's surprisingly hot for a vampire and then attacks her.
As you do.
As you do. And whilst she's defending herself because she's small but very mighty after so many assassination attempts, she actually knows self-defense pretty well. She puts Max into a hold and manages to hold him off until Lo shows up and pins her to a wall.
What, he thinks she's attacking 16-year-old? You know what? Everyone is just so
the world is
quick
against
to
poor
judge.
Misery.
They really are.
They really are.
You know what? She's named correctly.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
I know. And unlike Max, who she could kind of take, she's not defeating Lo because he's enormous, which is hot. While he's totally not choking her, but kind of choking her, she explains that she was defending herself. And then Max sputters some bullshit about she attacked him, and all of the wolves around, excluding Lo, immediately take Max's side. So Lo doesn't necessarily believe that this is the truth. She's taken into Lo's office and points out that she'd be a moron to attack someone in their territory, especially because werewolves are much stronger than vampires. And Juno, who we met before, insists that Misery's lying. She's like, she's lying. She's full of shit. And Lo's leave. Get out, Juno. I want to talk to Misery alone.
Okay.
And they banter about the living quarters he insisted on her living in beside his. So their rooms are next door to each other.
All right.
And it is revealed via a blood on the sheets joke that Misery is a virgin.
Oh, okay. What a fun joke.
What a fun joke.
What a fun joke.
So fun.
She hasn't had a lot of time to pork a lot of people. Everyone tries to kill her instead.
Exactly. She hasn't spent enough time around vampires. The only vampire she really talks to is her brother. And she has not really had a lot of time to bond with any other humans but Serena. And she's heterosexual, so she's not having sex with Serena.
I was just about to ask. I was like, has she at least tried to pork Serena? But
I'm sorry to disappoint you. They are straight girls.
It is, alas.
I know.
A great tragedy of our time. But they can have a homoerotic friendship.
In your heart, their friendship is homoerotic. And she was given a birth control shot, but vampires and werewolves aren't really biologically compatible, so she jokes that the two of them are more likely to start a podcast together than bang. But spoiler alert, they are going to have to start shopping for microphones on Amazon because they're going to fuck by the end of this book.
Okay.
Lo tells Misery that she has to behave, and she finds herself kind of wanting to agree to behave because of his overpowering alpha energy.
Oh, yes. If you speak with a deep enough voice, you're like, sure. Yeah, I'll bend over this desk. Whatever. What is the question again?
Yeah, I don't remember what you asked, but my pants are off. She goes to leave, but then she does turn around to ask him something and catches him sniffing the air in her wake. Yeah, and she's assuming that she stinks, and she has taken up taking baths as kind of a way to combat this. And she's like, hey, is all of the bathing that I'm doing helping? And he's, no.
You know what? He could use more words.
He could use more words.
He's
a little taciturn.
I'm just imagining what sniffing the air after someone leaves. So much so that it's noticeable. Just fully nostrils up and
oh, that's the good shit.
Yeah, exactly. He's quivering, vibrating.
His pupils all blown out.
Turning his nose into a little vacuum.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, that's the good shit.
So cute.
So cute.
So cute.
And she asks if the cat can be let loose in the house or if Max will try to frame him for racketeering. And Lo is, the cat is welcome. And Misery's like, even if I'm not. And Lo doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
So
this is great. She's just alone.
She really is. And
woof.
After the Max incident, Misery is escorted everywhere. She's not allowed to be left alone. And her life was boring in the human world and is also boring in werewolf territory. But at least she had the internet. Imagine no internet.
And everybody hates you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with the internet and everybody hates you. But no internet and everybody hates you? That's a rough life.
All of her devices, of course, were confiscated lest she spy for the vampires, and she only gets a single weekly check-in with Vanya, who remains a bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's just on full Dungeon Chains situation.
Basically.
This is very, like, we're going full Beauty and the Beast here. Like,
yeah, it's not super fun.
This was like a peace exchange, but it's actually just a lockdown.
Which was essentially what her childhood was. So it's not like this is new to her.
Yeah, we're just going back to basics.
So she's unfortunately used to it. And one of her security detail, Mick, who has a conspicuous scar on his neck and whom she likes much more than the others, tells her that her brother Owen is on video call for her. Misery chats with Owen in the vampire language called the tongue and asks covertly if he's heard anything about Serena. He says he hasn't, but he promises to keep her informed.
So, what is your mental version of the tongue? What does this sound like? Is it a lot of hissing because we have long teeth? Is it a lot of...
I mean, I don't know how you could talk without a lisp if you had constant fangs.
Yeah.
So I feel like it probably is a lot of hissing. Whenever I can't picture...
Sexy vampire lisp. Like, I am a vampire from Barcelona. We're all from Barcelona.
Maybe because Ali Hazelwood is Italian, she was thinking Italian in the tongue.
I'm leaning more and more
into Italian. They're just speaking Italian to each other.
We're all sexy Europeans. That's his Italian. That's not Italian, but it could be Italian. Imagine it with soccer playing and shorts.
And screaming about pasta and how Americans suck at it.
I mean, true things are true.
Misery does have a laptop, even if she doesn't have access to the internet, so she starts writing code that she may never get to use and is interrupted by Anna showing up in her room again, the way that small children stand next to their mother's beds in the pitch blackness looming for the express purpose of terrifying them. And apparently Anna repelled from the ceiling or some shit, and then she asks Misery what her name is and proceeds to pronounce it Mirazy.
So cute.
It's so cute. Anna's very cute.
She's still between 3 and... she's leaning more towards 3 than 13
Leaning
if
more
she
towards
can't
3.
pronounce Misery.
Anna asks to play with Misery's computer, and she lets her.
Go ahead, play with my brick. Who cares?
Whatever. And Misery's kind of having this whole thought, oh God, this kid is so annoying, but fine, I guess you can play with my computer. She's very reluctant. Okay, you're actually kind of adorable. And Anna shares that she's found a gray cat who she named Sparkles, which is definitely Serena's cat.
Oh my gosh. Now the cat has a name.
He has a name.
And it's Sparkles. Sparkles the hissy bitch.
Although Sparkles loves Anna. He just doesn't like Misery.
Yeah, I mean...
You know, who does, unfortunately.
Literally, who does?
Who does? After hanging out for a while, Anna goes to leave through the window, and Misery's terrified that she's going to fall and crack her skull open, which is surprisingly tender of her for this kid she claims to not care about. And then Anna also lets it slip that Lo isn't home, which means his bedroom, which is right next to Misery's, is not occupied.
Go search for clues, girl.
Go look for clues. Get your magnifying glass.
Go get your clues.
Yeah, because you can't use the internet, so I guess, whatever else.
And the
use.
child has the keys to the entire house. You just have to get the keys.
Just give her a stick of butter.
Yeah. Like, this is what you like, right?
Children love butter. If I know anything about kids, it's that they love butter.
They do. They like butter. They like sugar. Here, kid, here's some gushers that I found. Give me all those keys that you've got rattling around on that chain.
Yeah. Like a janitor.
Little tiny janitor.
It's a giant carabiner. We do get, like I said, a small snippet of Lo's POV at the beginning of each chapter, the diary entries as I call them, and it's unveiled that he cut off a piece of his shirt that Misery touched and carries it around so he can sniff it.
Oh, he's a little shirt sniffer? I
can't really fault him for it, though, because, I mean, he doesn't really get to hang out with her very much, and he's down bad.
We haven't gotten enough of him, though, for me to be okay with literally anything that he's done or said. I'm like...
It's coming, don't worry, it's coming.
I'm waiting for him to have... for his full personality, his glittery personality, because right now it's a lot of sniffing.
Why do you smell like that?
What's up with the smells? The baths aren't changing it. Like, all right, buddy.
Can I drink your bath water?
Behave. Like, very intense.
It is very intense. Misery obviously breaks into Lo's room and snoops around looking for evidence of Serena, but mainly just learns that Lo is very tidy, so he keeps his room clean. He wears size 14 shoes, and he has a bottle of lube in his nightstand.
Okay.
So,
okay.
He uses lube. He also has a sketchbook with architectural drawings in it, and he's actually a pretty good artist. And she had known this about him, that he was an architect. And she looks through the drawings until she finds one of herself in the notebook.
He's sketching her?
He's sketching her, and it's very, very detailed, which she somehow manages to interpret as an insult and not a compliment.
Like the Napoleon Dynamite. I spent 2 hours coloring in your upper lip mustache kind of thing.
If you want more where this came from,
he's drawing smelly lines. He's drawing all these smelly lines above her, with sparkles and hearts.
Yeah.
She's great. More visual interpretation of my stank.
Because you know what? I only draw people who I hate. I mean, I don't draw anybody, but I only draw people who I really loathe.
I work on getting hands and eyes.
And nothing else.
Yeah.
The head's just a big circle.
Exactly. He's working so hard, and she's just not appreciative.
No, not at all. She just doesn't understand his art. When she wakes up the next day, Misery overhears the werewolves having a gathering at the lake and watches from afar. She observes how Lo seems to belong in a way that she never has, beloved by his people and very magnetic. And then she notices Max talking to Anna and pulling her towards the woods.
Oh, no.
Misery leaps into action and, despite it being daytime, runs outside.
She has to. She has to save the 3 to 13-year-old
From
the 16-year-old baby.
Yeah, from the 16-year-old baby.
All of these children are of questionable ages and various violent tendencies.
Exactly. She chases Max down, and her skin is like burning in the sun as she's doing it because, again, she has a very severe skin allergy as a vampire.
Yeah, she's French frying.
She is. And as she tries to stop him taking Anna, a bunch of werewolves jump out of the bushes. As it turns out, they created a sting operation to catch Max in the act of kidnapping Anna, but Misery ruined it by caring.
Okay, congratulations. We caught him in the act of kidnapping, nonetheless.
Yeah,
in the act. Also, what is wrong with Max?
I know. Max is a shithead. I mean, and the whole thing is that they were trying to figure out who he's working with. By her interrupting it before he could get away with it, they couldn't catch
They were like,
him.
okay, don't worry about it. We're fine with kidnapping of Anna. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, not exactly, but he's not going to get far. He's surrounded. He's not going to get away with it. But still, what did you expect?
I don't have a lot of high praise for the werewolf planning skills. This is a deeply botched operation. I feel like it was going to go sideways regardless of Misery's
regardless of her interference. Yeah. It was not going to go well. And so while they're all debating how to make Max tell the truth without torturing him, Misery volunteers to help because Anna's kind of the only person in the entire house who's nice to her.
Yeah.
And against her will, she does care about this little girl who is 3 to 13 years old. Max spits on her. And Lo demands in his alpha voice that Max apologize to his wife. And Max does. And all of our nipples get hard.
Oh my gosh. Apologize.
Misery uses her thrall powers on Max, something that vampires can do when they shift their eyes back and forth super fast, like a metronome, basically.
Okay.
And Max becomes super compliant and starts answering questions about how the former alpha's mate is probably pulling the strings on everything regarding Anna's kidnapping, so Lo will step down as alpha. That former alpha, Roscoe, who Lo took over the pack from, is dead. But his mate is still alive.
Oh.
And apparently causing problems.
And she's in contact somehow with Max.
Exactly.
All right.
Mick escorts Misery out of the room at Lo's order, and Mick tells her when she asks that the scar on his neck is from his mate who has passed away. The werewolf mates in this world, mark each other with a bite. And with everyone distracted after the Max incident, Misery decides to break into Lo's office. And as she's snooping through files on the computer for information on Serena, she feels something rub against her leg and assumes it's Sparkles the cat.
Yeah.
But is instead horrified to find that she's being watched by an enormous gray werewolf.
Okay. Now I have problems with Misery's perception skills where she was like, that's just a cat. Never mind. It's a giant werewolf.
Yeah, they're at least very disparate in size. So she was really, really into the computer.
Yeah, she's
never been so into your phone that you tripped and fell. Like, come on.
That's very true.
Very true.
100%. I'll give her a little
We'll
grace.
allow it. We'll allow it.
We'll allow it. Maybe this werewolf's like slithering on his belly on the floor. We're gonna move past it.
Yeah, he's trying to pass for a cat.
I'm like, Misery.
He's not doing a good job. As it turns out,
Your
Lo
clue finding skills, Misery. I have doubts.
She doesn't have a computer. She's useless. She just has her little magnifying glass.
Her regular eyes, garbage.
Yes. As it turns out, Lo set her up just like he set up Max.
People are springing traps left, right, and center everywhere out here.
Yep. And he asks what she was doing while Alex figures out that she was hacking into their system again and was probably the same person who did it a few weeks prior to the wedding.
So this big gray werewolf is Lo?
No. It's a different werewolf.
It's a different werewolf.
Different
that goes,
werewolf.
tells on him, comes, is surprise.
I'm here.
This was a trap that you didn't notice the big werewolf.
Snuck in here and you're like a lump in the corner, not my problem.
No. We've all had that blanket that blends in with our dog or cat.
If you've ever had a black cat, you have a black dog.
I have a big black dog that actively tries to camouflage himself into anything that it's black.
Ninja vanish.
Yeah, exactly. And then he constantly thumps his tail all day and night long, except when I have lost him. Then he goes completely silent, like he hears it in my voice that I'm wondering, and this is the time I freeze.
He's like, I am so sneaky.
Yeah, I am stealth. I am shadow. Good. I love this for us.
This is great. I love it. So yeah, that's what the dog was doing. He was pulling,
exactly.
He's pulling your dog.
It's a little ninja. He's more sentient, so it makes sense.
Exactly.
I'm giving her more and more.
Give her some grace.
I'm giving her more and more wiggle room in this fictional. Considering how many times I've lost my dog on my couch, I feel like I should be more forgiving.
Just a little bit more understanding. So Alex reveals what she was trying to find in the system, which was, of course, any trace of information regarding Serena. Lo sends Alex to get the others and looms over Misery as she fumbles with her words, distracted by the scent of his blood and really wanting to bite him as he accuses her of spying for the Vampire Council and mentions that they must have done something to her scent to make her smell that way. Misery's confident he's going to murder her, so when he asks who Serena is, she admits the truth, which is that Serena is her best friend / sister. Misery, when she was taken... / sister. Well, you'll see what I mean.
Okay.
When Misery was taken as collateral by the humans, she was completely despondent, of course, and tried to escape, so they brought in an orphaned human to be her little friend, Serena. So they've been inseparable since childhood.
Aww.
And she's trying everything she can to find her again.
Yeah. She was gifted a friend.
Yeah.
From the orphan shop.
Yeah. They were like, we're not using this one.
She's like one of those tigers that befriend the dogs.
Yes.
Because they don't do well alone. And they're like, this one is hated by everybody, so we got to give her a golden retriever.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
Serena.
Serena was her golden retriever.
Serena's her little lab friend.
Yes.
That plays with her.
Her little friend that plays with her in the enclosure.
I love that.
As they're talking about this, they're interrupted by Anna, who gets called out by her full government name from Juno. Liliana Esther Moreland, a.k.a. L.E. Moreland.
Oh.
It wasn't Lo. It was Anna. Liliana is her full name.
Oh, okay. So the 3 to 13-year-old potentially has to do with the kidnapping.
Exactly, but we don't know how it could be related.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a lot of keys. Maybe Serena's in a dungeon somewhere.
Really just want this cat. It was all a ploy to kidnap the cat.
God, the twists are twisting.
So she and Lo sit down in the kitchen for coffee for him and nothing for her because she's a vampire and she only drinks blood.
Yeah.
And she admits that Serena is the only person she's ever felt true loyalty for, hence why she essentially gambled her life to be the bride of a werewolf.
What is Misery eating? Does she
only drinks blood. She only needs blood. And
she only needs blood, but is there a frequency? Is she having a glass of blood every night?
I think she has about a bag of blood a day. I think that's the cadence of it. And there's something else that you'll find out shortly within the next few sentences about what else Misery might enjoy eating. So
come. You can't leave it opening. She likes eating cock. maybe some cock. I'm like, what is?
Listen, she's got to convince Lo to help her somehow. No.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. That was my. I should have known. I should have known what I was
that
doing with that.
wide open
I
for
did.
me.
I
I'm
did.
like, what could it be but that? All right,
It is something else, but that too probably. And
get ahead of it. Steer it back on the rails.
Let's get back. So Lo actually wants to help. He says, "I will help you because you risked your life for Anna, for my younger sister." And since Serena was technically looking for Anna, his sister is clearly involved in some way. Maybe she has her in a dungeon. Maybe it's another reason. And Lo starts making a peanut butter sandwich as they talk and reveals to Misery that Anna is his half-sister and her father was a human man, which is supposed to be impossible with wolf and human biology, but Anna is only half werewolf.
Okay.
Right? When his mother was on her deathbed, she confessed this to Lo, who had Juno go and check Anna's blood and figured out that she had both human and werewolf DNA.
Okay, so she's a new crossbreed.
Exactly. And the feral ass former alpha of the pack, Roscoe, probably would have had her killed for this. Hence why Lo challenged him to become alpha. He did it to protect his sister.
Yeah.
Because Lo's a good guy. We're learning more about him. Now, the Loyals, who are royal to Roscoe, who's dead, and his widow, are trying to rebel against Lo, who's unwilling to be as violent as Roscoe was. But since Serena seems to have figured out maybe that Anna's half wolf, half human, it means someone else must know.
Oh, and maybe that's what Serena had found out.
Exactly.
So, this is dangerous knowledge.
Lo doesn't believe that anybody in his inner circle has betrayed him and confesses to Misery that he put a protection detail on her for her safety, not Max or anybody else's, because when Max attacked her and everybody believed that Misery was the one who was at fault, Lo knew it wasn't. He knew that Max attacked her.
Yeah.
He knew it was bullshit, right? And
Max is out here potentially kidnapping people. They're like, we have a whole sting operation, but let's ignore that and just be mean to Misery, because why not?
Well, they had to make Max believe that they were on his side, right? And so, unfortunately,
it all does check out, but again, more trauma for the
more
poor
trauma
girl.
for more Misery. While Lo is telling her this, while Lo has his back turned, Misery takes some peanut butter from the jar, and he catches her, and she's mortified. Because vampires only eat for fuel, not pleasure. So the thought of eating for fun is deeply shameful, but Misery loves peanut butter.
This is great.
So Serena...
I love this for her.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
There's an ad for peanut butter in here. Even the vampires can't resist.
It's Jif. Oh my God. Did we just write an ad?
Yes.
So Serena had made her try a bunch of human foods when she was a kid, and she wasn't really interested in many of them, but she became addicted to peanut butter, which reading this part of the book made me go into my pantry and spoon peanut butter directly into my mouth.
Instead of a regular person dessert, I will put chocolate chips onto peanut butter on a spoon.
I will do
and
that
it's a direct-to-mouth operation.
Absolutely.
There is no...
As it should be. I'm the only one eating that jar of peanat butter. Why would
I
just bother?
put the jar of peanut butter further in the back.
Yeah.
And then have a guest jar of peanut butter that hasn't been licked spoonfuls directly back into the jar. So I have my standards.
As we all do. Lo is, why are you so embarrassed by the fact that I caught you eating peanut butter? And she's,
sexy peanut butter eater.
You sexy lady.
She's scooping this out with what, her fingers?
Her fingers.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Lo's a pervert.
He really is.
Lo's a pervert. He's shirt sniffing.
Yeah.
And then he's, oh yeah, you stuck your fingers in my peanut butter.
You dirty, dirty bitch.
Yeah, I'm into that. You're so gross. It makes me giggle.
So he's kind of like, well, okay, what do vampires do for fun and pleasure if not eating? And she's, I don't know, probably sex, but I don't know because I grew up with humans. And they decide in this moment that they're going to ally on finding Serena. He's like, they've switched subjects away from the peanut butter because, again, she's embarrassed and I'm not going to hover on this, but I'm going to think about it while I masturbate.
Your fingers in that jar of peanut butter.
Smear it all over yourself.
Oh, they're all such deviants.
I know. He asks her, hey, are you still injured from the sun? because she ran out there. She's allergic to the sun. And
God,
so
the conversational shifts
yeah.
that are happening. Do you like peanut butter? Do you want to be my ally? Do you still have blisters from your sunburn?
Well, people switch subjects in
I
conversation.
know. They're really getting to know each other on a deep level.
They are. And that's what they have to do before they fuck. I mean, they don't have to, but they're gonna. So she lifts up her shirt and shows him the burn on her side, which makes him unrepentantly horny. And he's like, go take a bath.
Oh my God. I can't. Take another bath. Now that I saw your burn, I can't. The number of times he's talked about baths.
I know.
Are the baths helping? No. Go take one. Take another bath.
And leave the water in there for me.
He's absolutely a bathwater lapper.
Yeah. And she's, oh God, I upset him again. Because, okay, Misery, she's bad at social cues for understandable reasons. But like, girl, come on.
I understand being bad at social cues when the guy that you're talking to is also bad at socialing. Both of them are equally ill-equipped in this scenario.
Makes them perfect for each other.
He's like, I look at you burn. Go take a bath. It's too sexy.
I mean, her body around the burn, but still.
And she's like, oh no, my gross burn. I must hide it in the water. He hates it.
Oh, he's so into it.
I love them.
Yeah, they're great. Misery gets set up to work with Alex to do hacker things, which mainly involves research and deliberately freaking the fuck out of Alex for fun, because he's terrified of vampires, and so she's stretching and showing her fangs occasionally.
She's done with the days of filing them.
Yeah, no, she's
really
allowed to be herself here.
Yeah.
And on an afternoon where Alex is away, Misery is kind of just hanging out on the porch. It's dusk, and Juno comes out of the woods to talk to her buck-ass naked, which is normal in wolf culture. She shifts out of wolf form into human form. She's, here's my titties.
Okay.
Juno apologized for being a dick at first and tells Misery some background on Lo and how Roscoe sent him away to another pack with an alpha named Cohen at 12 because he was threatened by Lo.
They did baby switching too.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh my gosh, they have similar backstories.
They do.
They can connect.
And after being raised in that pack, Lo built a whole life for himself in Europe and was pursuing architecture as a career until they begged him to come back and challenge Roscoe because Roscoe was frog shit crazy at this point.
Gotcha.
And
yeah.
Juno and Misery make peace, and when the full moon rolls around, Misery is confined to her room to avoid wandering hormonal teens. Anna shows up and gets into bed with her and is bummed that Lo is gone and that she can't shift into a wolf yet. And Misery says she must have other things she's good at, to which Anna says she's really good at braiding, and somehow Misery winds up with her hair braided against her will.
She's great at braiding and having keys.
And breaking into
things.
Breaking and entering. It's a good skill to have.
Yeah, I mean, these are wildly disparate, but also this seems like an Anna thing.
She contains multitudes.
Yeah, she does. Quite the onion.
Over the next week, Misery is treated like an actual person by the werewolves and has really positive social interactions with them. She also finds out that Lo is a Luddite and terrible with technology, probably because he has enormous hands. Smashing those keys.
He didn't give me super high tech. The reason why she wasn't able to correctly hack into their mainframes is because she didn't call him up and go, this is the password police. Please reset your password with me. He would have fallen for it instantly.
Send him one of those scam texts.
Yeah. Your credit card has been used to order an iPhone 14.
Oh no!
Please talk to us on the phone to worry about this order.
That would have been perfect.
I know.
That's how she could have gotten it, but she didn't
been like,
know.
oh my gosh, do you need my credit card number? Internet
Person?
People? Person on internet. Would you like my social security number?
I am calling you from the internet and we need your social security number.
I'm
Later that night, Anna makes dinner for everyone and invites Misery as well. And Misery kind of sucks with cutlery because she's a vampire. She's never had to use it before. They're hanging out at the table. Everybody's around, kind of just having like a little family dinner.
It's fangs and fingers.
Fangs and fingers for her.
Purposes.
That's all she's got. And while they're having dinner, it's revealed that Misery doesn't know when her birthday is. Because, again, her dad is a terrible person. And naturally, Anna wants to throw her a birthday party.
Yeah.
And before they can really get into planning, Mick lets it slip that Lo will be gone that weekend, visiting Roscoe's possibly homicidal widow, Emery.
Okay, we finally have a name for the
widow.
The pulling strings widow.
Exactly. Mick wants Lo to take someone for protection, but he refuses. Later that night, Misery climbs onto the roof and runs into Lo because they're hanging out there in their angsty hiding spot together. And while they sit there, she urges him to take her with him to meet Emery. And he's, look, I'm not going to take you into a situation where I may not be able to protect you. And she's, well, that's cute, but you can barely use a computer. And if we want to bug Emery's house, there's no way that you're going to be able to do that by yourself.
Yeah, you're useless.
You're kind of useless
you need,
with technology.
for spy shit, you need a girl who doesn't notice wolves.
Especially going into a house full of wolves, what you need is somebody who can't see wolves.
Yep. Listen, with our powers combined, I will look only at the screens and you will check my immediate surroundings for large lupine creatures.
You can smell them, right? You got a good sniffer on you.
Yep. Yeah, you tend to do that a lot.
Again, he's a wolf. That's what they do. They actually get to have a normal conversation for once, and Misery asks about his architecture career and his life that he had in Zurich. That's where he was in Europe.
Okay.
And he reveals how he got the call about his mother being attacked by Roscoe and having to run back to the States immediately, terrified his sister was next. So Roscoe, the ex-alpha, killed his mom, which is so sad.
Yeah.
And he got to see her, fortunately, before she passed, and she told him about Anna having a human father, right?
That was the deathbed confession.
While they're talking, he notices and asks Misery why she covers her mouth when she smiles. She said she's used to hiding her fangs because humans don't like them and neither do werewolves. And he says, show me. Smile without covering them.
Show me your pretty smile.
Show
me those big teeth, girl.
What big teeth you have, Misery.
Oh, yes.
And he gets that LSD pupil blowout thing, which I guess is the wolf version of a semi, when she does smile and he shows her. They continue talking, and she tells Lo that right before Serena disappeared, they had a huge fight because Serena felt like Misery was aimless and wasn't really doing anything with her life. Now that she shared something personal, she asks Lo, explain what mates are in werewolf culture. I want to understand.
Yeah.
And
because they're not mates.
Because they're apparently not.
They did a human marriage.
Yes, but apparently Lo has a mate.
Yeah, and there's no bite happened yet.
So they haven't mated yet. He reluctantly tells her that it's your match in every way and that seeing your mate is more visual, but also involves scent. But the feelings may not be mutual. So just because someone is your mate doesn't mean that they're going to like you back, even if you have really strong feelings for them.
Okay. So it could be one-sided mating. Oh, so it's not there's just one mate for anybody.
There kind of is, but you can reject the mate.
Gotcha.
You don't have to. You're not forced to be with them.
Yeah.
And
even if he found someone and he's like, that's the mate. They don't necessarily reciprocate. It's not
necessarily.
They're destined for each other kind of thing.
Misery still believes that Lo's mate is the vampire collateral, and she says, well, at least he'll be rid of me in a year. Mm-hmm. And since vampires don't really talk about feelings, she's never had romantic feelings for anybody, but she really wants to help him with the Emery thing and manages to convince him to bring her along. But he says in order to bring her, she'll have to be marked.
Marked? Sounds fun.
I know, it's very sexy.
You gonna pee on her?
It's not the kind of book, Tess. God.
Fine.
Save that for your episode.
I'm like, fine.
Whatever.
Okay. I guess. Tell me about marking.
Oh, well, I'll tell you. Lo owns a small plane called a Cessna because most airlines ban werewolves and vampires. The wolves go to see them off on the tarmac, and nobody's really happy about the decision for him to bring Misery, but, well, it's happening, and Lo's the alpha, so he gets to decide. Lo, as it turns out, can fly planes, to which all of us, including Misery, say, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I've got my private plane license, too. All right, Mr. Know-It-All.
Whatever. Okay. I know computers, and you don't. So.
Yeah, this actually does make more sense considering he's not spending a lot of time online. And I'll read some books and learn how to fly a plane.
He has time for other activities besides doom scrolling and shit posting.
Yeah, it does worry me a little that I don't understand how the technologies work, but let me fire up this plane.
That's analog.
Yeah, he's flying it with zero instrumentation. It's entirely his nose is put out the window, and that's how I can tell longitude and latitude.
Listen, we all have our skills. As they're flying, Lo tells her that when they land, he needs to mark her so that she smells like him. And he seems anxious about this.
Mm-hmm.
But because Misery has no fucking clue what that means, she's tight, I'm in. As they approach, they are about to land. She nervously stares at the wolves on the tarmac, waiting for them. And they land, and Lo tells her he needs her to consent to this expressly because he has to touch and tongue her.
Uh-huh.
And that makes her feel all kinds of sparkly inside.
Okay.
And yeah, it's
we love a consent king. Also, I love that we're gonna wait until we're in front of a bunch of other people, and then I'm gonna ask.
Well, it's gonna
I can lick you.
Well, it's on the plane, but still.
Yeah.
So
in the small plane.
She closes her eyes and he nuzzles and kisses her neck, and I'm sorry that I smell the way that I do. And he goes, I fucking love your scent.
Finally, it's explicit.
Yes.
She now knows. Oh, she hasn't smelled bad this whole time.
Yeah.
Good for you.
She hasn't.
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
This is a paradigm shift. Her mind is blown.
Her mind is absolutely blown. So he's rubbing all over her and turning her around and like biting the back of her neck. And Misery's never been hornier, and neither have I. Ali Hazelwood makes the scene really hot without them taking their clothes off. Really, really hot. They pull away from each other, and Lo apologizes for God knows what reason.
I'm sorry I have my eye erection again.
I'm sorry my pupils are so blown out. I just took a bunch of acid. And Emery, the mate of the former alpha, Roscoe, arrives outside, so they're forced to go out there and greet her. Emery is pretty nice, considering that Lo murdered her mate, and Lo keeps his hand on Misery's back to ensure everyone knows that she's under his protection, and now that she's been marked, they know that she smells like him. So everybody is assuming that they're fucking at this point.
Yeah,
that's what that
so
means.
this is the point of the whole marking is to say not just hands off. This is my gal, but also for physical protection. This is my legal spouse, and if you try anything with her, you will have to deal with me for surezies.
Precisely.
Okay.
They have dinner with Emery and her crew, but Misery has no clue what's going on because she knows fuck all about dog politics. So she's just hanging out at the dinner table, not eating anything.
Waiting for her peanut butter.
She's like, I've been a good girl. So they're sent to their room after, which has one bed, but it doesn't really matter because Misery's going to sleep in the closet to be away from the sun in the total dark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's where she usually sleeps, in places that don't have a vampire bed set up.
Mm-hmm.
She sweeps for bugs and then drinks a bag of blood, which Lo isn't mad about because everything she does is hot to him. And they briefly discuss what happened on the plane, and it's innately sexually charged, but I'd never done it before, so I didn't really know how intense that was going to be.
Oh, he's never even marked anybody?
He's never marked anybody.
Oh
and so Misery chooses the time to bring up his mate. Forgot to mention her name before. Her name is Gabby.
Okay.
And is, hey, are you and Gabby together?
Mm-hmm.
And he says that they're not, but he doesn't really want to talk about it. Misery's, okay, that's fine, but it's weird that Gabby isn't into you because you're kind of a catch. And Lo tells her that he'd give anything to have even a small piece of his mate, even if only for a night. But he'd never take her freedom when so many others have.
I mean, she is collateral right now, so that's a limitation on your freedom.
Precisely.
Okay.
Lo lies down, but he says he has insomnia and can't really sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And Misery's like,
oh, me too. Live in the dark.
Misery offers to help by scratching and grooming his hair and stuff like that to help him fall asleep and staying near him, even though she's totally not into him. Okay, stop bringing it up.
Let me talk about your not girlfriend.
Yeah,
just I have questions for no reason.
I have questions. I don't like. I just want to know, like, does she smell good? He points out that she's a lot more selfless than she gives herself credit for, and asks if she'd have been able to say no to her father about the marriage, even if Serena hadn't gone missing. Before she can really respond to that, he's fallen asleep.
Jesus. Mid-sentence. Do you think you would have gotten her?
Literally, though.
A little sleep talking is par for the course out here.
When she wakes up the next evening, Lo has left her a cute note about how he's going for a run, which she saves for no reason, remembering how Serena used to keep candy bar wrappers. I don't know, it's weird that I'm keeping this stupid trash, but I guess I will, or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
She's so down bad.
She's so She's so cute.
She's so cute.
In this tiny little way. A note that has his handwriting on it.
Yes. When he comes back, she's in the bath and he knocks on the door and he's like, "Are you covered?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's just hiding under bubbles though. So she's naked in the bath. And he walks in shirtless and sweaty.
Ooh.
And "You're not wearing clothes." And she's covered. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm decent. Because of bubble obscurity. We all know that this is very not opaque at all or prone to shifting.
Definitely not. He mentions that he was out with his friend Cohen, the same one who, when Lo was younger, he went to live in his werewolf colony. He went on a run with him, which explains the shirtlessness. Misery kind of teases Lo about his wolf form and's like, "Show it to me," and splashes him with water. And he grabs her ankle and caresses it, and my undercarriage is steaming. And so while they're sitting there and he's kind of just like holding onto her leg, Misery and him go over the plan for them to plant bugs in Emery's office by claiming during dinner that Misery needs to feed. So he leaves her there in the bathroom, probably so he can go jack off. We shift over to when they're at dinner, where Misery meets Cohen, who's the dope, brash uncle she's never had. Lo Mad Dog's a werewolf wearing a vial of vampire blood around his neck until he pancakes and takes it off.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is blatant.
Very
People
blatant.
are like, "I'm carrying around your species' blood."
Yeah, and Lo's "Take it off," and he's like, "Yes, Daddy." But dinner is generally a calm affair, even as they debate the merits of Lo allying himself with the humans as he had. Misery and Lo excuse themselves for her to feed, and they sneak off to break into Emery's office so Misery can bug her computer. Lo tells Misery that she should hold herself in higher esteem and starts ticking off her various merits, including that she's smart, resilient, and beautiful.
Aww.
And before Misery can blush, Lo hears someone coming and is like, "Fuck, they're gonna catch us." Misery goes, "Okay, this is stupid, but I have an idea. Just kiss me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good idea.
Yeah.
We snuck off to make out. Yeah.
And Lo's, "We can't. They think that you're feeding. Just bite me."
Up the stakes.
Up the stakes.
Ugh,
and
yes.
she's like, okay, because she's never bitten a human before. So
she's only used the blood
she's
bags.
only ever drank from blood bags. And so against her better judgment and before they're caught dicking around on Emery's computer, Misery bites him.
Okay.
And that, friends, is where we will leave off until next episode.
Oh my gosh. I can't. You end it here?
I know.
Monster.
I know. I'm a bad
literal
person.
monster. This is not okay.
I know. I
Just
know.
got, like leg caressing in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Things are snowballing.
They're getting spicy, and they're getting spicy quick. And it's again, very exciting. Ali Hazelwood is so good at the slow burn. She really captures it. It makes me want to read even more of her work because I have already read Mate, which is the sequel to this, and it's fantastic. And I just could not help myself. I burned through it so fast. And the event that I went to where she was speaking, it was for the launch of her book called The Deep End. I'm really looking forward to reading that too and some of her other work because she's got quite a few books out that are really popular with good reason. I think she's super fantastic. And we are so excited to talk about more books. We are bookemporium@gmail.com. And I'm excited to get into the rest of Bride with you.
Too.
Thank you for listening. We will see you next time.